Well, I'm so glad you've joined us. Welcome to the site and welcome to your membership. All right, now the first thing we're going to look at is the hold on the club. Now I prefer to call it hold as opposed to grip, because grip has implications of I'm going to strangle it. All right, so it's actually a hold on the club. Now to attain the correct grip, what you need to do is really start from up here. So the arms come up over the chest, all right, and the hands just turn together. All right, so in the hands turning together, what happens is the right hand is forward of the left hand. All right, so it's the first three fingers will be on the shaft, and the little finger is going to just hook in at the back of this index finger here. All right, now I recognize that some of you will be already holding the club, but this is for everyone. All right, now that's the grip that I prefer. There are, however, some tour players that interlock the grip. All right, now there's been some very, very good golfers over the years that have used this grip. So the only question I have about this is it's a possibility of going into there, which we don't want, all right, because it's going to be held predominantly in the fingers. All right, so then we introduce the club and the hands mold onto the grip like so. All right, so now we're going to ground the club. In grounding the club, the bottom leading edge is going to be at 90 degrees to the target. So we start with it up here with the club pointing vertical, and we ground the club. Club comes down, that leading edge is 90 degrees to the target. Very, very important. All right, another way you can check that the grip is right, and another way you can learn how to hold it, is in the left hand. All right, the club appears under the pad. All right, so it's not there. All right, that would fall out. So it's just under the pad of this hand. All right, and then we mold the fingers around. Now what this actually does is it keeps this off the grip. All right, for reasons that I'm not going to go into that would complicate this issue too much, is if we were holding it there, then you would not swing the golf club correctly. All right, but there's no need to go into that. All right, so it's from there, wrap the fingers around, and then the right hand comes on, and we're across the middle of the joints there and wrapped around. Now the pressure points on the grip are really those first three fingers of the left hand, all right, and the middle two fingers of the right hand. Those are the only pressure points. All right, the rest, the thumb and the forefinger especially, is pretty relaxed on the grip. Now what happens at the point of impact is, because the club is going into the ground, the ball is on the middle of the club face, what happens is that actually compresses. So the grip compresses against the right hand, all right, against that forefinger really. But immediately after impact, it's loose again. So the grip pressure does change, all right, but there's no real need to understand that. But it should be fairly loose here. But you'll see, as you look at my hand, this muscle is actually quite built up. That comes of years of holding the golf club. And that's because at that moment of impact, that happens. We've got an exercise for that we'll be showing you later on to strengthen your hands. So your hands need to be fairly strong for golf. All right, now looking down, as we ground the club, you should be seeing no more than 2 to 2.5 knuckles at the very most. All right, and you'll see that the creases made by the thumb and the forefinger point midway between your chin and your right shoulder. All right, then we know that we have the correct grip. Now if we're too much over this way, all right, what's going to happen is when we swing the club through, see what happens, comes back to the neutral position, club face closed, ball will fly left. Similarly, if we're too weak on the grip here, so we're too much under that way, as we swing the club, club face is going to come through open, ball will squirt out to the right. assuming that the swing is on plane. So the correct grip needs to be practiced over and over. When you visit homes of tour professionals or golf professionals, either their homes or in their place of work at a golf club, you'll always notice that there's a golf club lying around somewhere where they can pick up and just hold a golf club. All right? This is vitally important that we get this correct. And it's vitally important because if it's incorrect, you're going to have to make some adjustments in your swing, so it's correcting a fault with a fault. So the neutral golf grip, very, very important. So please practice this over and over, really if you can, before proceeding to the next lesson.